Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors, your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors and Winston Chester. Glad you're here this morning. Got a great show lined up. First, let's get our weather brought to us by Haney Technical Center. It's going to be another pretty day. We've had a couple in a row now. Let's keep our fingers crossed. It's going to be a high today of 77, low of 66. And the water temperature is going up 2 more degrees. It's actually 68 degrees. So it's going to be a good day outside. River reading, that place called Bluntstown. It's reading right now at 16 foot, but it's really going to start going up. It's on the rise. And so is Choctaw Caryville. It's at 12.2 this morning, right at 13 foot, and it's going up too. So it's going to, both rivers are going to be high this weekend. A tide chart brought to us by Kent, Forest Lawn, Funeral Home and Cemetery. The tide charts, we're looking at a low tide at 1:13 this morning and a high tide at 2:51 this afternoon. So it's good tidal flow. That looks good there. Marine forecast east-southeast at about 10 to 20, east-southeast. So be aware of that. Now, I'd like to get try to stay on top of things. Each season, as the season goes along, we all know what this season is right now. It's the spring migration. I always like to talk to Carrie at the pier and get an update because he's out there every day and he's been so good over the years to give us a report on what's going on. So let's get a report from the Panama City Beach Pier. Good morning, Carrie.
Good morning.
How are you doing today, buddy?
Oh, fantastic.
All right, so tell us what's going on at the pier. We're in March the 30th, and give us a report there, please.
Well, we got off to a slow start this year. The fish just wasn't showing up in big numbers. But all that's changing now, and we've been catching some Spanish and blues, and there's been a popping over two here and there. Flounder's been caught. Redfish, there's sheep's head. We haven't caught a cobia on our pier yet, but they have seen several of them and have actually hooked up with one or two and lost them. But with the weather improving and getting better, I think the fish will start showing up in bigger numbers, and we'll be able to have a good spring.
All right, let me ask you this. Has your turnout of fishermen been pretty strong yet, or is it still on slacking?
Well, there's quite a few people fishing. There's a lot of people here from spring break that are going out there. It's been quite busy.
Well, that's good. Now, you say there have been some pompano being caught, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's good. Do you think the big Spanish run has started, or are we just right on the verge of it? I
think we're on the verge of it. We've had some good days, like before this cold spell, where they caught quite a few, but I think we're right on the verge of it. Water temperature's finally getting where it needs to be.
Yeah, we've been talking about that now. Are you seeing more caught early in the morning or late in the afternoon?
Well, they've been here lately. They've been catching more fish in the mornings.
Okay. Well, that sounds good. And I'm tickled to hear they still you still seeing some sheephead out there.
Yeah, they're still out there.
Well, that's
people
good.
that are fishing for them can catch them.
What are they using for the sheephead out there at the pier for bait?
Ghost shrimp and fiddler crabs.
Okay. All right. So where do you get the shrimp from?
Well, you can get shrimp from Radit, Sunjammer, and Half Hitch has got shrimp.
Okay.
But you can catch them ghost shrimp,
Oh, ghost shrimp are something special, aren't they?
Yes,
they're really good. Okay, well, Carrie, that's a good report. We appreciate our update. We just want to get it straight from the horse's mouth and let people know what's going on out there. So, Panama City Beach Pier. Carrie, thank you so much, buddy.
Come see us.
All right, buddy. That's good to get a live report there from Panama City Beach Pier. Now we're going to go ahead and take our break, and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Glad you're with us this morning. Got some pictures to show you now. Let's go ahead and take a look at this first one. A pretty young lady here. This is Marcus Parrish. He took his girlfriend fishing. Marcus is good about fishing, and this is Tracy Lynn here, and they were surf fishing yesterday and caught this nice pompano. This is the first one that she caught, and she was excited about it. Good job, and she said, I've got the correspondence in here where they talk back and forth, but she was excited about it. Mark is a good surf fisherman and good fish right there. Good job, Tracy Lynn. Okay, now let's move on to got some other pictures here. This is Kyle Pridgeon. I show Kyle on a regular basis. Kyle is an excellent bass fisherman. That's one he caught yesterday. Oh, I'm sorry, he caught it Monday maybe. Here's some more pompano here. This is Tishel Gilbert with her fishing crew, pompano and sheephead. That's a good job. As they sent this picture in the Panama City fishing. And I got one more. This is Chris Wynn. Chris is a really good fisherman. They caught the limit of Spanish in 1 hour. So they might not quite have made it to the pier yet, but they're in around the jetties and all, and around the rocks there. So it's a good time to do that. Now I had some emails I want to take care of. This is, and I don't know if I got the pictures here. The Indian River fish kill. I don't know if y'all have heard about that. I don't have it. I hadn't put it on here. I put it together last night. I usually go over it this morning. I didn't have a chance this morning to go over it. Down in Indian Lagoon, Indian River, and also, I'll get the pictures together tonight and show you tomorrow what I'm talking about. But they've had a really big fish kill down there. I got an email from William Barfield, and he said, he was talking about it too, and it has ramifications all over the area. And I wanted to make sure that we know about it up here. Like I said, I got the pictures on. What caused it was they really don't know. They just still investigating. It's a huge fish kill. They don't think it's red tide. It's some kind of maybe some chemicals or something got in the water. But it really is fascinating as to what caused it and some of the reasons they have it. Now the next picture I'm going to show you. This is actually one of my students alerted me to this yesterday in class. He said, "Coach, have you seen that report from the Texas game wardens?" And I said no. So I'm going to show you this picture. I'm going to enlarge it so I can read it to you. But you see all these red snapper, okay? See all the red snapper here? They were caught illegally out in Texas. So I looked it up, and I want to read you what happened on March the 26th, which was a couple days ago. At approximately 11 p.m., the United States Coast Guard contacted the Texas game wardens regarding a recreational vessel with an unknown amount of illegal red snapper on board. Texas game wardens made contact with the vessel and the U.S. Coast Guard in Freeport. The vessel contained 488 illegal red snapper with a commercial value of $9,500, making this one of the largest recreational seizures in the Gulf of Mexico. This is a joint investigation by Texas Park and Rangers and the U.S. Coast Guard and National Marine. And multiple criminal charges are pending. So you can see, obviously, that you can see the boat there, and also it's amazing that would happen. But there are still people out there breaking the law, and it's great that they were able to catch them. And even though it's in Texas, that's still Gulf of Mexico red snapper. And obviously there are a lot of red snapper out there, and you see why we have limits because of things like that going on. And one of the big things we've got to be careful of is that other people don't get out and do those kind of things. So if you see people catching illegal red snapper, be sure and call our local FWC or if it's in Alabama, whatever. We as citizens need to take care of that. Okay. Now this next, let's go from some bad news to good news. I'm going to try to get this set up. This next picture, I'm going to show you. Let's see, right here. This is a magazine, and right here. The magazine comes out bi-monthly, and it's a really good magazine. It's from the Southeastern Outdoor Press Association. I joined that several years back, and it goes way back. Al Hubbard, back in the late 90s, early 2000s, he tried to get me to join the Southeastern Outdoor Press Association. I'd written a few articles and was writing a book. And he said, "Winston, it's just a bunch of good people. You would really enjoy it." I didn't join at the time. I was just too busy. Al Hubbard passed away, and Stan Kirkland, he writes, for the FWC. Stan Kirkland encouraged me to join. He kept staying after me, and I finally joined several years back, 3 or 4 years ago, and I really have thoroughly enjoyed it. We have a yearly meeting and this magazine. So anyway, with that being said, they'd asked me to, okay, here's this month's cover, or okay, just a great picture there. They're a great photographer. These are outdoor riders in the southeastern United States. But they'd asked me to do a story, and I think I turned it upside down, Jeff. So I'm gonna have to. Anyway, I'll have to work on it. Let's see. I can't flip it around. There you go. That's it right there. So I did a story for the magazine. Okay, really good story. I enjoyed doing it, and they published it in this month's issue. So I've been published in the Southeastern Outdoor Press. That's where the big dogs there when you get published with them. So I want to share it with you. It's a really good magazine. Great organization of guys and girls that just enjoy communicating outdoor activities throughout the country, mainly concentrate here in the Southeast, though, and we have an annual meeting each year. I think you remember some of the things. This past year, that's where we did an interview with the world record gator up there in Eufaula. So it's some good stuff. And this year our meeting's going to be around Lakeland, outside in Lakeland, Florida. So we'll be doing some, I imagine, a lot of bass stuff down there. So anyway, let's go and take our break, and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Glad you're with us this morning. Y'all excuse what I'm trying to get organized and all. This morning we want to talk about a C&G turkey contest, C&G Sporting Goods Wild Turkey Contest. It's going on now. Just take it down to C&G when you shoot it. It needs to be whole and not dressed, so keep that in mind too. We've got some hunter safety courses coming up too, and I'll mention those tomorrow, give you the dates on those. But one thing I do want to mention out the boating accidents we had over spring break. There were 2 accidents out here in the Florida Panhandle, and I want to mention both of them. And I know some of y'all may have written about them, but I talked to my class about them yesterday. Just went over from what I've read about and what I know. The first one was over there in Destin, where this boat, 26-foot boat, ran into the jetties. I believe it had around 11 people on board, and when they got there, when FWC got there, the survivors were talking about there was one female that had been thrown off, and they thought she was underwater. So that was like, I think, on Saturday night. So Sunday morning at daybreak, the FWC divers went down, and they didn't find a female body. They found a male and body, and so they brought that back up and did more interviewing, and they found out the female was a Russian young lady, and she was over here. So we have a lot of Russians that come over here and work in our restaurant industry and the hospitality industry, and she was one of those. And they contacted the boat owner. He said his boat was stolen, and they've sort of really tight-lipped on the investigation, which I can understand at this point in time. So we don't know a whole lot. We don't know if the boat was stolen or if it was loaned out, but it was definitely going to be. There definitely were 2 fatalities from that, and obviously running to the jetties at like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night. Obviously, that's some probably boating under influence would probably be charged with DUI manslaughter. Looking at just things. Looking at the facts that I know, so that's a tough situation there. So, you just can't. You got to be careful out there, and you certainly can't drive under influence or boat under the influence. So, second one, right over here in East Bay, around Callaway, or 2 young men. I believe last Wednesday night, I believe. They were out fishing, like so many of us go out fishing, and it's getting dark, and the wind kicked up, and we often talk about the wind kicking up, and they lost power on their motor. And some residents out there heard them trying to start it, and I'm just telling you what I've read, and I haven't talked to anybody that actually eyewitnessed it. But they tried to start the motor up, and the boat. And I was telling my students, we talked about this during our boating safety course. When you lose power, that boat just sort of turns sideways, gets in a trough of those waves, and the boat was taken on water. And they were about 220 yards from shore, and I asked my students. I gave them all the details that I knew. Getting close to dark, water temperature is 65 degrees. You see shore, you're 225 yards from shore. Do you stay with the boat or do you swim to shore? And I asked them, and most of my students, the majority of them, raised their hand like I would have done the same thing. You see shore, you got the wind behind you, you're going to swim to shore. And one of them basically just simply didn't make it, but they'd already called 911 and had the emergency response team was out there really fast, and they recovered the body really quick. They thought they could, try to get CPR, thought they'd bring them back, but were not able to. So that was just one of those tragic situations where you just lose power and the boat just starts taking on water. So a lot of little things like that. My heart goes out to these families and all on the loss of loved ones and just a pure accident. So it never, like I say, I'll keep a file over the years of the boating accidents, and I wish we didn't have to do any more. But one of them in Destin was just negligence on some people, just out partying, basically, it looks like to me. And then this one over here in Panama City, it was just a tragic circumstances, and it's just one of those tough things. So be aware of that. Okay, let's go from boating accidents. One thing I was going to mention to you also, all this rain we've been having, it's going to be some probably tough situation on some mosquitoes. So we've got a lot of standing water. We had a lot of rain. It was still standing Monday in a lot of areas back at school and all. So normally areas it doesn't stand. So be aware. Dump out all the containers around your house that you think of, and always double check it. I used to not pay much attention to that when the experts started telling us to start doing it. But I started doing it years ago, and it does make a difference. So they will breed, and we're going to have a lot of water out there, especially in the woods, and just a lot of standing water is going to be there. Okay. Also, I want to mention Spanish mackerel fishing. I've got all kind of lures and all here. I want to just show you some different color combinations. 3 weeks from today, we'll be taking our outdoor ed students on their annual field trip to Panama City Beach Pier. That's one of the other reasons I called Kerry, and I wanted to touch base with him, and we're going to be going, and here's some of the plugs we're going to be using. There are all kind of ways to fish for Spanish mackerel. I always bring this each year. This is, if you're trolling, this is just a small 200 reel, and this is just a mackerel tree. You can see just the different colors. You have a little 1 ounce lead up here, according to what size you like. And then this rig right here you can buy at Blue Water. And I don't know if we got them at Sun Jammers, but I know Blue Water has them. Just different colors, and you can see, just troll with that. And that is really, kids can really catch and fish. And it's good reeling. It's a simple rig, and that's my old rig here. And I hope to get to use that soon. We want to take them out, but that's just a mackerel tree. Now, if you're casting, you want to throw some gotcha plugs, and I've got a whole collection. These are some we're going to be taking on a trip, and I'm going to just show you different color combinations. Let's see, that one was a just bright yellow, okay. Here's one silver with a yellow head, okay. You're going to be amazed at different color combinations. This one's going to be a silver, okay, a yellow head, but it's a different size. It's a smaller size than the previous one I just had. All right. Then you're going to have, okay, got right there, a red head with a orange head with a, see the shiny body right there? There's little negligible differences. Okay, here's a combination of a green head with a yellow body. Okay, and okay, I just showed that one. I don't think I've showed. Okay, I've showed that one again. That's again a different size. Let's see. Orange head, white body. I'm going to show you the results on these. Okay, solid gold. And we fish with all these. We keep a record of who catches what on what colors. That's a solid gold right there. And again, silver. This one has a tail on it. The other one didn't have a tail. See the tail on that one? So you can get all kind of combinations. And then a gold one with a yellow head. Okay. Basically, you're just getting a lot of shiny stuff. So I've got all these here. I got a bunch more. We got these for our students to fish with off the pier. If you're going to be fishing off the pier, that's sort of what you want to be using. Okay, let's go ahead and we're going to talk more about catching Spanish mackerel and all that later. But let's go ahead and take our final break, and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Let's take a look at our fishing game forecast for today, brought to us by Mark Coward of Counts Real Estate. We're looking at 5:55 a.m. to 7:55, and this evening from 6:20 to 8:20. So be aware of that. Also, don't forget the Blue Water tent sale this weekend. Some great buys, and you really if you have opportunity to get on out there Friday and Saturday of this weekend, it's going to have all, no matter what the weather is, they got that big tent. It's going to be all covered really well. Okay, I also got this email. We're going to add, let's see, good morning, Mr. Chester. My husband Ken and I watch your show every morning and thoroughly enjoy it. Thank you for showing the variety of things the outdoors has to offer, and for caring that our today's young people also need to be exposed to something besides a video game. Please enter our names in the drawing. Have a great day. God bless you. Okay. Let's see, we got Rosemary and Ken Jackson. Rosemary and Ken Jackson. Thank you, Rosemary. And also Dennis Scott. We added your name. So like I say, enter anytime, and we wish you the best of luck on our drawings. And I'm going to go to Blue Water now this weekend. I promise you, I'm going to buy you, our viewers, a lot of stuff to be given away. Probably, I don't know if we have a spring sweepstakes or summer sweepstakes, but I'm just gonna see what all they got on sale, and I've got a little budget each year, and I'm gonna buy as much as I can. I usually tell George Durden, I said, I got X amount of money, what all can I get? So I'll bring it back here, and we'll be giving it away to you, our viewers. Real quick, let's take a look on the board here. This is what I'm talking about on the mackerel fishing. That's okay. Well, this is a board in front of my classroom, not a chalkboard, of course, but these are the mackerel we caught, okay, and then this is the color combination right here. We caught more with that color combination. We caught the second most of that color combination and that color combination there, okay? Now, I want to end the show today on a sad note. It's been a tough show to do this morning, and I got up this morning. I'm going to show you. My dog died last night, and you know, I'm going to show you a picture of her. She's a sweetheart. She always crashed the picture. I was really showing a picture of all those balloons I was going to send to a friend of mine, and she came in and crashed the picture, and that was just typical of her. That's my dog, Emmy Lou, and Emmy Lou was special to us, and I knew last night. I told Gail before we went to bed, I said, honey, she's not going to make it through the night. We need to say our goodbyes, and we gave her a big hug and patted her on the head and told her we loved her. She's been a really good dog to us. And she's going to be my last dog. I'm not going to have any more dogs. I can't. My dad, he had dogs his whole life, and when the last dog died, he never got another one. I didn't understand why, but now I understand why. I just, you know, sometimes in life you can't control the pain, the loss of losing a mother, or the pain of having some family members move away or something. Those things you can't control, but you can control the loss of losing a beloved dog like that by not getting another one. So I've had a dog my whole life, and we about, you know, Gail and I were in the yard this morning at 4:30 with tears rolling down our cheek because you know, we lost her. So we appreciate appreciate the love of a dog, but I don't think we'll ever get another one. So I apologize for the shows being a little haphazard today. It's been a tough morning for us, but you have a great day. Do something good for your fellow man, and God bless.
Thanks for joining us for Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors features hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.